Do you know what I like to do when I find out that my home insurance has more than doubled? I like to look at some baseball cards. Chris Sewell, collector, investor, dealer in that order, he did a recent video and he was talking about the eBay authentication process. He had sold a piece and it didn't get authenticated after going to California because he had listed Pop 1 on it, and it turned out it was a Pop 3. Now, I have had a lot of pieces go to authentication, and a very high number they send to me and say they can't authorize it because of miscategorization. And I find this to be the case with nearly every oversized card I've ever gotten. They list it as misclassified, so it doesn't qualify for eBay authentication. And it doesn't make any sense because they don't tell you what the misqualification is. They just say it's misqualified. Once there was a holder that wasn't perfect, and it was an SGC holder. It had some minor scuffs on it. I took some slab renew. I don't think they make that stuff anymore, but I still have a bottle. I take that right off. I can't tell you how many they say are misclassified. Somebody put something wrong in the title or put in the description. I don't know. But it's a total waste. You wait weeks, has to travel the whole way across the country. And of course, I had a super rare card stolen in California, and that card should have never had to go to California. So I think I'm done buying big cards through eBay. I've just been very frustrated with eBay to begin with. They've gotten worse and worse and worse. A lot of terrible scams on there, and this authentication is just horrible. You know, losing one of the rarest cards on the planet. I may never find another one. I don't know if it will surface. Somebody stole it. If it got destroyed, I don't know. I just saw, and many of you probably saw too, I don't know where it was posted, maybe Twitter, where someone got a 1949 Leaf Ted Williams in the mail, and the PSA holder was smashed and the card was ripped in pieces. And if the mail continues to go this way, and we have to send to authentication, and that gives you 2 more chances, basically, for that thing to get ruined, to get manhandled by somebody if it's a raw card, or to get lost in the mail. Man, these pop reports are going to keep going down. It makes me sick when I see rare cards that are destroyed or lost. Because in the case of mine, I may never see another one. And that's a rare piece of history lost, gone, destroyed. But back to Chris Sewell, the card he was talking about was a card I showed just recently. In fact, I just showed this, and it's the 1930 Blue Ribbon Malt of Rogers Hornsby here. And he didn't mention my name. He didn't say who bought it, but I was the buyer of that, if you saw his video. So I wanted to show you a few things. This is a 1953 Bowman, and this is Harry Cheedy. He was a solid catcher, known to be a really good knuckleball catcher. He holds the distinction of being the first player ever traded for himself. When the expansion Mets formed, he was acquired by them for a player to be named later in April of 1962. In June of 1962, they sent him back to the Indians, and he became the player to be named later, making him the first player ever to be traded for himself. There were 2 or 3 others that happened to after him. But he holds a special place in baseball history there. This is a O-Pee-Chee 1979 Thurman Munson. And I love collecting the O-Pee-Chees because of the rough cuts. And I seek out the rough cuts. Man, I seek them out on tops too if I can find them. But the way O-Pee-Chees were cut, they had this rough cut often. You won't find them as often on the tops, every once in a while. So somebody posted on Facebook a beautiful, near perfectly centered 1957 Roberto Clemente. Just one of the nicest, most centered copies I've ever seen. And it had a rough cut on the top. And to me, it made it so much more special. I'll pay up a little bit for a rough cut. And somebody commented, and this kind of stuff bothers me so much. But this is the modern hobby. Somebody commented that you should professionally trim that, laser trim it, and it'll get a higher grade. And PSA can't tell the difference. And it made me want to vomit in my mouth a little bit because the card is so beautiful. That rough cut is so rare on a Topps card. And this is why I don't like grading. This is one of the reasons. And it's more what grading has done to the hobby in that, you know, everything needs to be perfect to get that higher grade by PSA. And so you'll destroy something or alter it. You know, we have the rise of the card care. We got to clean them. We got to trim them. And PSA can't tell the difference. It just blows my mind. It makes me sick that somebody might do that to that card. I guess I just have to buy it. I had a dear friend, one of my best friends. And when he was 43 years old, he went to Jamaica and drowned. And we used to always joke around, my friends, we always bust each other's chops. And when we would golf, another one of my friends started calling him Dickman for no apparent reason. And we all thought that was hilarious because, I mean, after he said it, it's like, oh, well, this makes sense. He looks like a Dickman. And I don't know where he came up with this or whatever. So after that, he became known as Dickman. And I didn't know this card existed, but I found this, Emerson Dickman, 1940 play ball. And when I found it, I had to get it. It reminds me of my friend. I was at Target the other day. I bought 2 packs of archives. I pulled this Satchel Paige here. Now, I have no idea what this is called. What is this refractor here called with these circles? Who could tell me? Please let me know. But it's a cool card. And I got this rookie card. Jung-Hoo Lee. And I picked up this Jung-Hoo Lee. This is the Boomers baseball. Got Boomer down there in the corner. Really cool looking card. Nice pose. I wanted to show you guys some cards I think are, you know, I hate to use the term underappreciated or undervalued. I mean, things are worth what they're worth. Underappreciated is in the eye of the beholder. But, you know, these vintage postcards they're just so cheap. And I have here some J.D. McCarthy postcards I wanted to show you. And I wanted to show you how beautiful they are. And, I mean, you can pick these up for a fraction of a normal baseball card. I don't want to say a normal, but a regular size baseball card. Here's a beautiful Roberto Clemente. These are marked by this JM down here. Do I have that right side up? Yeah, J.D. McCarthy. Most of them look like this on the back. There are postcard backs. There are different ones. Here is a Roberto Clemente rookie card. Don't get mad at me because I called it a rookie. You know, the rookie card thing to me just blows my mind because who made up the rule that a regional card can't be a rookie card? Who invented that rule? Somebody just made it up. Because if you go back in time, most cards were regional. Most old cards were regional, even going into the 60s. So you look at the Oxford Confectionery, Willard Chocolate. I mean, all those kinds of sets were regional. Wilson Franks, Stallmeyer, Hires Root Beer. I mean, most sets were regional, other than a few, big ones. Like maybe, I don't know where, like 33 Goudy or 41 Play Balls, they were more widely distributed, but most cards until Topps came along were, and Bowman, were regional issues. So the idea that only a Topps or Bowman card can be a rookie card, if you're a pre-war collector, if you're collected in the 40s, 30s, 20s, is absurd to me. Is it just me? Why does it have to be a regional issue? Why can't a Hostess or a Kellogg's or any of these sets, why can't they be a rookie card? So to me, this is a rookie card. A very young Roberto Clemente. And this is just awesome. He has a glove there and a ball and a bat. How many pictures of Roberto or anybody do you see with a glove, a ball, and a bat? And look how young he is. Just a great pose. And this is a postcard back. Now, one thing, if you're ever shopping for these, one thing that I've noticed with all of them is a way to spot, make sure that they're authentic, is if you hold them up, and I don't know if this will pick it up or not, if you hold them at an angle up, I don't think it's going to. Let me see. Give it a little light. I don't know if I can make it show you guys, but you can see through them. You could see the image when you hold it up at a certain light, and the image will shine through the back. I don't know. It's just something that I noticed with all of them, and I checked them all, and they all do it. Here is a Mickey Mantle. It's important to note with these that they made them throughout many years. They started in the 1950s, ran through the 70s. I don't know how long. I don't know if they made them in the 80s, but they definitely made them in through the 70s. I actually have two of those. Oh, there it is. It's shining through. Man, I got to get that to show. Maybe afterwards, I'll try to make a video. Get the light right. And then here's him batting left-handed. This one is awesome. Before I tell you, can you guess the year you think this would have come out? Willie Mays here with San Francisco. I don't have much doubt, because this is an actual postcard that was mailed and it has a stamp of 1972. Which, looking at the picture, I think anybody that collected 1972 Topps would have guessed that. Maybe 71, but I thought it looked like 1972 right off the bat. And then here he is with the Mets. So we're looking at 73. Here's a young Al Kaline. And this one's postmarked too. I can't make out the year. But this one was mailed too. I love collecting the ones that were mailed. Another reason I don't like grading. It'll be an immediate 1. And This is provenance right here. Provenance. There's no D in it. This is provenance right here because it was mailed, has a stamp, has a date. Here's another alkali line. And another stamp. This one is stamped 1955. And this one here is stamped 1956. Mark Fidrich. I believe this is from his rookie season. Not positive about that. I believe so. Here's a Pete Rose. Here's a signed Joe Morgan. I have two of these. Here's one. I'll show you this one first because this is my favorite. This is a great pose. I didn't even want signed ones. I just wanted a Joe Morgan. Could care less if it's signed. But that's just me. That's what I have for you. If anybody knows what this Satchel Paige is, what's this called? I don't know. I think the hobby has passed me by. What do you think? Sure seems like it, huh? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I gots to go. All right, let me see if I can show you guys the see-through. I think I could get it now. There we go. See that? That's what they look like. And let me ask you this. If a card is miscategorized, don't they know that before it ever goes to California? Don't they check that? Why does it have to go to California if you know it's miscategorized? If it's a Pop 3 and it's listed as a Pop 1, don't you know that before it goes?